Hello there, Scotty. You are not. Welcome back to the Smallville Retrospective. We're looking at season 7, episode 2. Kara. Yeah, that's right. It's Kara, not Kara. I hate that they pronounce it Kara in the Arrowverse, and even now, it's Kara. It was Kara for years with the animated series and this twice, and now it's no, it's Kara. It's Kara. So I'll be pronouncing it Kara if that offends you. It's my video. Yes, and so as you can imagine, this is picking up where the last one left off. Right the way, with a spaceship being found, uh, and Lois wants to do a story on it for the Inquisitor because she works there. I forgot she did that. Chloe says no, and Clark also says no because they're trying to kind of hide it from her or whatever. But there was already a spaceship once before. Remember Lana's spaceship, right? Right. Also, um, Lex uh, has been freed from prison, although he doesn't actually want to. Someone, a lawyer or something, comes to him and says that it's Tom McBeath. You may know from uh, Stargate SG-1, Colonel Mayborn, uh, Dick on that show, but he's so Lexi says, "Hey, something to the effect of, we have a person who has admitted to the murder of Lana. Your Luther Corp chemicals have given him cancer, so he took revenge by killing your wife." And we later find out that it was someone set up by Lionel before uh, he disappeared. So it's like before the events of the finale, he set up before that was the end of the finale. He set it up, I guess. Still haven't explained where he is right now, but we'll figure it out. We also meet a unnamed man played by Kim Coates who's working for a government or something, and he has taken this spaceship. Clark goes to visit the spaceship, and he gets thwarted by who we know now is Kara. Kara is convinced she's looking for a little boy, which plays on the story from the comics and everything that Kara is actually supposed to be older than Clark, but every iteration I've seen, she's actually younger because something or other happened. I don't remember the animated series version. I think in that version she was just younger. Well, here she is also younger because she's been sleepy this whole time, in some sort of sleep. Apparently, they surmised that she arrived in the meteor shower. And I remember when I first watched it, I thought, oh, the one from season 4, she crashed. No, it has to be the original one from the pilot. She crashed in the dam and was stuck there. Somehow it put her to sleep for 18 years. It's actually 19 because it's season 7. Also, he wasn't a baby. Like, that was like a 4-year-old that they showed in the pilot that lifted that thing up. That was a 4-year-old. That wasn't. That was a toddler. That was not a baby. It's supposed to be a baby. Babies can't walk. He walked. She's getting used to her powers, her super strength, and all that. She can fly, which is never explained how she can fly and Clark can't. Clark can't. Is what I'm trying to say. Where it's like he he was raised on Earth. He should know more about it, and she's just able to fly right away. Maybe it's explained later. I don't know, but Because there is an episode with a flashback that shows that she was on Earth before this, but doesn't have the super hearing. She finds it later. She tap into the frequency of her ship. Yeah. Lex tracks Lana to China, where we find out. So in the last episode, he mentioned something called the 305 or 503, Model 503 or something like that went missing. I thought that was Bizarro, but no, because it's been a while since I watched this. Turns out there was a clone of Lana that was never alive. And they never, I don't know. And she used that as a decoy, as it for a dead body for her to escape. Yeah, I always hate it because every time we see them get in, close the door, explosion. How the hell did she get out that fast if that's the thing? Right? Yeah. They had to explain it somehow. She's alive, and yeah. And she thinks Lex is there for revenge, but he's actually like, no, I want to make up for this. I want to, make things right. Because he thinks he was saved by a guardian angel, and he's supposed to now have a redemption arc, which goes the opposite direction. But we'll get there. And we'll get there. We're introduced to the new editor-in-chief of the Daily Planet, and no, it's not Perry yet. They don't ever pull the trigger with Perry being on here. And considering what they do with this character, this Grant Gabriel, why couldn't they just have Perry show up here, right? Because in this universe, you know how Perry always kind of shuts down the more unrealistic things? It would make sense, knowing, since this version of Perry knows who Clark is, where he came from, that she comes in talking about a spaceship. This version will be like, spaceship, this is not the Inquisitor Miss Lane. You don't want to. But no, this Grant Gabriel, played by Michael Cassidy, who would play Jimmy Olsen in Batman v Superman. Yes, that was Jimmy Olsen. Watch the superior Ultimate Edition cut. Seriously, people shit on that movie, and I say, watch the Ultimate Edition. They're like, yeah, it's a better movie, but there's still problems. And a lot of people's problem comes from, well, Batman doesn't kill. Did you watch literally any of the other Batman movies before this? He killed the Joker. He killed the Carnival Worker. He killed Two-Face. Doesn't kill, eh? And yet, this version is Batman v Superman is the version they have a problem with. Michael Keaton's Batman, Val Kilmer's Batman, they all killed. Right? And you can even lump Penguin in there. He died. He let Christopher Walken die. He didn't directly do it, but he let Catwoman electrocute themselves to death. Although Catwoman is technically still alive in that universe, but Batman doesn't kill my ass. Don't kill my ass, but he doesn't kill. My ass, he doesn't kill, okay? What was I even talking about? So Lois tracks down the spaceship to this warehouse. We find out that there is a special thing, a security measure, where if anyone but her touches it, it's going to explode. That's oddly specific, but okay. So they got to get to it, and that's why she's got to track the frequency. They also have a talk. She's like, I'm looking for Kal-El. He's a baby. She's like, no, that's me. And she's like, you. And it's like, it's a story arc throughout this episode. She keeps saying Kal-El, and like, it's Clark. Especially since you got to keep it quiet in front of people, right? And I do like that they do mention when he talks to Jor-El at the end, he's like, a girl named Kara showed up. Last time that happened, you were involved. I had nothing to do with this. But you do not need to. You cannot trust her. Which, Jor-El's. I don't know. Half the time, I don't think the writers know if Jor-El's good or bad. By the end of the series, they just like, he was good the whole time. Yeah, okay, sure. By the way, how many times does Kara need to say her father's full name? Zor-El told me about this. Zor-El told me about that. Just say, my father. Why does she have to say Zor-El all the time? It's her father. Just say, my father. I know he says Jor-El. Clark says Jor-El because he doesn't accept Jor-El as his father. She would accept Zor-El as her father, not say Zor-El a million times. Right? I do like how Chloe is immediately in on it. Like, didn't know Clark had a cousin. And all that. And, so, Lois decides she's going to do some investigative reporting, and she somehow finds where the ship is located. I don't remember how she found it, but she did. And of course, she touches it, which allows the explosion to go off, but Kara jumps in front of it and somehow is able to absorb the explosion or some shit, but the ship disappears. But there was a crystal on board that they needed, and that crystal, Zor-El gave it to her apparently, and the crystal is missing. Apparently, it's strong enough to withstood the explosion, and we find out that Kim Coates has it. And by the way, it's very weird to see Kim Coates without a facial hair. Usually he has like a mustache and a little goatee thingy. He's just clean shave. It's very weird to see Kim Coates without the facial hair, but there it is. And yeah. Lex then tells his lawyer guy or whatever to investigate this mysterious woman with a drawing to find her. And they'll say we'll do what we can. And still 2 episodes in, still no Jimmy. Welcome to the main cast. You're not gonna be in the first 2 episodes, and he does get his own dedicated episode later. But I'm just saying, yeah, you're gonna be a main character, but we don't have anything for you to do in the first 2 episodes. Even though there are plenty of scenes at the Daily Planet, he doesn't show up. Lois gets turned in her story to get Grant Gabriel, who says we can't print that without a picture. Next time, bring a spare camera. This is 2007. There were camera phones. They weren't the best, but there were camera phones. Were there smartphones in 2007? I didn't have one. But I know that there were better at least decent camera phones back then. Hell, I think we've seen them use camera phones in this show before. I don't know. I think it would make sense if she took a picture with her camera phone and he couldn't make it out, and that's what the problem is. But no, she gets knocked out, and again, she's the new Lana. She gets knocked out all the time now. She got knocked out in the last episode. Well, she gets knocked out at the beginning of this. Kara knocks her out. So, you need to. That's not asking for someone who's not in any pain. Just a headache. It'll go away. She wants to write this story. You know? But yeah, and then he goes to Zor-El to start his training because he said he's going to leave Smallville, but he'll be back. And he starts training. And now Jor-El says you're training. Watch Kara to make sure. Yeah, nothing goes wrong. So the episode ends. So. Yeah, so we now officially established that Lana is still alive. The only cast member who really does know is Lex. Is apparently she orchestrated everything for Lex to go there, knowing that Lex was gonna track her down anyway. I don't know. This becomes a transformation of Lana is now femme fatale. So I don't know. So I'll give this 3 Superman logos out of 5. I think it's fine. The second episode establishes some things, but it's just okay. It's fine. I have a feeling the next one's not going to be that good either, but we'll get there. I'm almost done. Why did you turn off? So what are your thoughts on this episode? Leave a comment, like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for watching. I'm Mr. Guy, and I'll see you in the next one.